Battle of the Camel Sieves.
Can I play Indians?
If you want.
What are you gonna get late game? Are you actually gonna Mamluk?
I think Mameluke actually sounds kind of good here.
What if we did Mamluk Camel Archer?
Okay.
What are Mamluks good against again?
Wait,
they're weak to Scarves.
Not actually sure.
I think Mamluk Camel Archer is like maximum meme potential, but this is probably not a
like
good.
If Persians go like trash bow, kind of bad.
No, they actually these guys could obliterate us if we did that. Actually, these guys I think can do a pretty good counter. Well, I think our units could probably counter trash bow. Trash bows are really shitty. Remember, they don't get bracer.
Oh great, pawns. I love pawns.
Y'all.
That's good. Azul. That's good. That's good. Fair
Lagging a little.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Azul.
Oh, where the hell are my last few sheep? Come on. Blue just found me. Hopefully he didn't take my sheep.
That's good. That's good. Azul. That's good. Azul. Like what? The Jumeid. That's good. That's good.
Ehe, nyt sigedel. Nakwana, sigedel. Dois.
Rep, I'm missing 2 sheep.
Azul.
Oh, unfortunate.
Ehe, nuk sigedel. Nuk sigedel.
Oh, he didn't take them.
Sigedel.
You just not
Azul.
find him?
Dorf de Jumei.
Guess so. Thank God.
Saberneet. Lek Wamar. Saberneet.
Dois. Acleren. Ayet Nakwana. Serba. Nuk sigedel. Ehe. Azul. Ehe. Nuk. Generaal. Nakwana. Evenay.
Our scores are very low compared to theirs.
The Kel player just tried to rush me with like almost all of his fills.
What the fuck? Is he still at your base? That's so weird.
Azul.
You wanna play this, Harrison's, by the way, with the whole market trick? God. Oh, okay, nearly lost my scout. But blue's over here.
Azul.
He's building his barracks right next to me.
Okay, do you want me to send in my
Lek Wamar.
scouts over to you? Just directly?
Saberneet de Jumei.
Yeah.
Okay. Or I can just raid him at his base, forcing him to focus on home. What do you think? Which one should I focus on?
Try to get him distracted.
Okay, sounds like plan.
Dois. Nakwana. Evenay. Azul. Evenay. Tab. Evenay.
Dorf. Saberneet.
Dois. Evenay.
Yeah, he has one on golds and a bunch on wood.
Nakwana. Evenay. Ehe. Evenay.
Dorf. Saberneet. Saberneet.
Azul. Evenay.
Alright, I pushed him off of his wood.
Ehe. Nakwana. Evenay. Ehe. Ayet Tab.
Ooh.
Dois. Nakwana.
He tried to...
Evenay.
Holy shit, this guy has some tanky fucking bills.
Azul. Ehe.
Ah, I'm getting scout rushed.
Ayet Tab. Nakwana. Evenay. Dois.
Azul. Saberneet.
Ehe. Evenay. Azul. Dois, dois. Ai, tab.
لا والله هتمت السلاح
إيه؟
أنا عليك المثل أنا
Nakwarma.
تمت السلاح أنا
Netwama.
Azul. Nakwarma.
Do you know where blue is?
Yeah.
Dois, dois. Abnei.
E
Okay.
Tabernace.
عليك الخمسة
Azul. Tabernace. Netwama. Tabernace. Tabernace.
Azul. Hier. Ai, tab. Ai, Nakwarma. Abnei. Azul. Abnei. Abnei.
Dof. Tabernace.
Hier. Abnei.
لا والله أنا
Dois, dois.
E Tabernace.
Hier. Ai, tab. Nakwarma.
My god, man.
Abnei. Tab.
Let's see how much damage I can cause. What? He finally hit feudal.
Netwama. Tabernace.
Fuck.
Azul. Tabernace.
Who knows? I'm a little scared that green has. Have you attacked green yet?
Nope.
Tabernace. Tabernace.
Yeah, should I focus on green instead of blue?
Yeah, let's go over to green. Where do you know where he is?
Netwama.
Nope.
Tabernace.
Absolutely no clue.
Azul. Abnei. Ai, tab.
Found him.
Okay, I'm coming.
Azul. أختم تلمينا.
Dois, dois.
I'm here.
Abnei. Ai, tab.
I'm here. PC here. There's a scout here. I'm headed up right now, by the way. Got him. Maybe go over
Made a
here.
trade cart.
Sorry, what?
Made a trade cart.
Weird.
Hier. Abnei. Ai, tab.
Careful, going too close to TC. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Yeah, you shouldn't leave them in an aggressive stance, ideally.
I had them on defensive, but maybe I
Oh.
should have them on sand ground.
Abnei. Abnei. Abnei.
I could attack his trade
Abnei.
cart.
Tab.
I just don't know what they'll achieve. Okay. Maybe we should move the archers somewhere else, because they're not really doing much there. The archers are here right now, they're not really doing anything. Rather than harassing that wood line a little bit. Should be up in a little bit. Also, do you have a market yet? Oh, over here. Would recommend coming this way. He has spheres. But also a lot of exposed villagers.
I'm being attacked by his scouts.
Okay, back up, back up. Let me see if I can come over to you. You can probably take that fight.
Why is his scout so strong?
Oh fuck, the other dude already has knights on me. Gonna go camel.
Sounds good.
E Sabunay.
Azul. Abbenay. Here. Abbenay. Nakwana. Abbenay. Where's those? Abbenay.
Oh god, my stream froze.
Yes.
Good, unpause. His friend didn't say anything, but I figured that would...
Walsa.
Azul.
We're up economically, so I think it makes sense to just boom right now.
Here. Nakwana. Abbenay.
He tried sending knights over to me. I'm chasing him back.
Where's those? Abbenay.
His base.
Here. Abbenay.
Lekwamar.
Where's those? Abbenay. Ayatab.
You attack the Persian player with my units. Looks like the Celts player is going knights, though.
Yeah, which is...
Celt player is still in,
The Persian player is still in.
Oh, it's a Persian player, yeah, I guess. Okay, I think I
guess
took a really
we-
good fight.
Okay, I'm coming over to join you. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
E Sabunay. Sabunay.
Oh wait, you were attacking the green player.
Yeah, sorry, the Persian player.
Okay.
Because the Celt player sent a lot of things over to him. I figured, why not?
Abbenay. Ayatab.
Uh,
Sabunay. ذهب إيه تابلي
It's okay. Alright, I think I need siege now.
أزول تابلي لكواما جدوف لكواما تابلي جدوف تابلي إيه أزول
Azul, yep. Ha, para. Yardım. Nakwana. Ayet tab. Yep. Ha, para. İyi. Aklı Come
Careful. Either get your split micro in place or
I'm not gonna take chances on that.
it's very reasonable.
Good.
I'm gonna make some camels of my own.
Sounds good.
Azul. Abne.
جدوف تابلي أخدم سمينا
Dois. Abne. Azul. Come
Oh my god, I wasn't paying attention. Ah, shit, I lost some archers.
Nakwana. Abne.
Oh, blue's expanding this way.
You see?
İyi. Dois. Abne.
Oh, green has a castle there.
Oh, time to put a castle on green then.
Abne.
أخدم سمينا
Just killed.
Oh, fuck me.
Ha, para.
Just killed 6 of his vills.
Abne.
Nice.
And this guy's not microing.
أزول
İyi.
Head up.
Abne.
إيه
Nakwana. Ha, para.
Do you have a lot of resources?
Yeah,
Are you
I
able
do.
to sling-
What do you want?
sling me? Food?
Here's 500 gold. Oh, whoops.
Oh, okay.
Azul, Nick. Hafron.
Sorry. I can send you some food too. 400 food. How does that sound?
Thanks.
Stoff achdem termina. Azul.
Blues has a lot of stables.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. He's in my base.
Azul.
Azul. Nay.
Here. Avbenay. Where's good? Avbenay. Here. Avbenay.
Azul. Imsikin. Vjdof. Vahatov.
Azul. Nakwama. Avbenay.
Sabnay. Sabnay. Mekwama.
Azul. Avbenay.
Azul. Vahatov. E.
لا والله انسى.
How's your fight going?
Pretty well. How about you?
I'm losing this crab war against blue. I can.
What kind of resource do you want from me? I can give you lots of gold, or I can give you my units.
I think I need some cavalry support.
Sounds good. Sending him in. Sorry, it's hard for me to fight a battle on all these fronts.
No worries. Thanks.
Sorry, I can't really focus on many things at a time.
No worries.
Yeah, good. Abinate.
Oh my god, you're just sending in like halbs at me. I can't fight
I'm
that.
I'm coming. Ah, shit.
Okay, I think I wiped out green.
Okay, I'm coming back to my base then.
Oh, I didn't ask for help at my base. I mean, at your base, I needed help.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Oh, should
I'm
I
just
keep
gonna
my...
invade him directly. It's trying to.
لا والله
Nakmarma? Abinate. does. Abinate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a fun matchup between an Archer Civ and the Celts. Admittedly. Well, Celts late game is kind of scary in general, but
Yeah, agreed. They were weirdly just sending like a trickle of hussars into my base. I had camels around.
oh yeah, he had stables in the back.
Was your fight like kind of more even than mine? I feel like I was kind of obliterating green, other than making some really bad tactical mistakes.
I mean, I think we really destroyed green in Feudal Age. And blue was kind of a little left to boom on his own.
Yeah.
He made a lot of siege. I think he never. I don't think he ever really got like a huge shot on me, but
Yeah.
he just had more trebs than me, and so he's pushing me back.
Yeah. I had a pretty motley army that game. I think it worked out pretty well.
I'm surprised blue didn't resign
Eh.
sooner. He kept going for a while.
Wanna play another?
Sure. Were you mostly making Cavalier that game?
Late game?
Yeah.
Mm,
Maybe I should have gotten Zealotry.
so I was mostly making Cavalier, but I don't know, I was making like basically in the late game like I made a decent amount of Cavalier, I made a decent number of skirms, because that's just how I was dealing with like every other unit he was throwing at me, and then I had 5 scorpions parked on a hill. He was basically just throwing like Castle archers at me the whole game. And some monks, which is not a terrible counter, honestly.
No spheres.
You really just gave up on the spears, because they're just gonna get shredded by the scorpion. I'm gonna try Indians this game.
Interesting.
Jabba had many vessels.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing So You Want to Play Indians, and if you guys are not familiar with the series, we're basically going to take a civilization and then take an in-depth dive and see how it's supposed to be played in theory by taking a look at the technology tree and the options it has available there, and then actually play a game at the top of the ladder and see what kind of options we can use in practice, and then compare both practical approach and theoretical approach, and overall get an understanding of how the civ is supposed to be played. And the series is meant to help you guys choose which civ you want to play and you want to main, or to just give you an understanding in depth of the civilization itself. So let's go ahead and find a match here. We're going to queue into the rank ladder. I'm adding my main account for this one. It's pretty high rank. That's the number 1 right now. No flex, but we'll see. The queue should be long. I'm not sure if anyone's playing, so it might be like a lower quality game, but nonetheless, we're going to just take a dive into the theory and the technology tree and and see what the Civ has to offer. So we've got Indians for this episode, and we're gonna hop into this one. And obviously, this is for the subathon on Twitch. So make sure to sub it up, guys, and remind you every single video because I don't want to wake up and have no more time on the clock and just wake up to a empty stream. So here we are with Indians, and so they're classified as a camel and gunpowder civilization. And the first bonus is that the villagers cost minus 10% in Dark Age, minus 15 feudal, minus 20 in castle, and minus 25 in imp. And this is actually quite a big discount, and it's a helpful bonus throughout every stage of the game. I'll talk more about this a little bit later. The second eco bonus, or the second bonus I should say, is that fishermen work 10% faster. This works for villagers gathering shore fish or deep sea fish. On some custom maps that give you deep sea fish that your villagers can gather, it works for both of them. It does not work for fishing ships. Must be clear on that, just for villagers. And the third bonus is that stable units get +1 Pierce Armor in Castle Age and +2 in Imperial Age, and that's a very strong bonus. And then the unique unit is the Elephant Archer, which is a cavalry archer, and then they have an Imperial Camel Rider, which is just a Camel Rider that gets another upgrade.
Ooh.
Think of it like the Imperial Skirm for Vietnamese, for example.
I literally found
the unique tech is the SOCOTRA, which gives all gold income 10% faster. This is relics.
I found my additional 2 sheep right after I found the first 2. They're like next to them.
Gold income, let me know,
Wow.
pretty much anything that gives you gold trade cards will just be 10% more. And then the second unique tech is Shatagni, which gives your hand cannons +1 range, which is decent for the Imperial Age in some situations. And then finally, their team bonus is that camel units get +4 attack versus buildings. This is a team bonus, so this applies to camel archers if you have a Berber teammate, for example. Alright, so moving on to the tech tree, now they've got a feel for their bonuses. They seem like they have a good economy and they have pretty good stable units in theory, so let's go ahead and take a look at what they have to offer now. The archer rank seems decent, only missing Arbalest, which looks promising. Thumbring in Cast Age, so crossbowmen are fully upgraded in Cast Age, no problem. Heavy cav archers are getting all the upgrades so far. Barking Tactic and Thumbring is there, so definitely a solid option towards that mid to late game. And hand cannoneer is there as well, with that unique tech in the late game as well. Their barracks is quite nice as well, getting champion, full upgrades with supplies and arson and squires, as well as Cavalier, so looking very promising so far. Going to their stable now, I can see that they've got Hussar, they've got camels, and they even have the Imperial Camel Rider upgrade. Bloodlines and Husbandry are there, but they're missing one key thing, which is actually the entire Nightland. And this is kind of the biggest weakness for Indians. And Knights, you know, you can make up for Knights using their camels since they are stronger, they get extra pierce armor and such, but Knights fill a role that sometimes the camel or the light cap can't fill, and that's a really good power spike in the Castle Age. And without the Knight, you know, you might have a little bit of a hole there for the Indians, and this is most notable against the Eagle Warriors specifically, and why Indians are really weak against Mesozoic. And you can say, well, they've got hand cannons, but that's a unit that only comes in an Imperial Age. And hand cannons, you need chemistry, you need a lot of upgrades to get there. Against passive Eagles or fast Imperial Age Eagles, camels or light cap aren't going to cut it, and so you could say the next thing is transition to infantry, or go cav archers, and those are decent, you know, longswords or cav archers, but they're not as good counters sometimes as Knights is, especially in early Castle Age. So I will say that this is a hole in the Indians game, but there are ways to make up for it in the gameplay by playing with range units and then switching into a few, you know, camels as well to soak up some damage, or to play a suboptimal strat like cav archers or longswords if you have to. Okay, so the stable is pretty solid. Next up is the Siege Workshop. They've got mediocre siege, the most notable is the Bomber Cannon, kept on armor from up from time to time. The Blacksmith is actually decent, but they're missing plate body armor. The thing is, this tech is completely made up from the bonus that they get in Imperial Age, +1 pierce armor, and +2 in imp, except for the +1 normal armor. Your Imperial Age units from the stable will be missing this. So think of it like they get a free plate body armor in Imperial Age, but only the pierce armor part. It's not bad, but it's definitely making their Imperial units not as strong as other Imperial units against anything, for instance. Like your Hussar is going to be weaker than a generic Italian Hussar who gets full upgrade. With this bonus combined with the fact that you're missing plate body armor, the thing is you don't actually have to research this, so the pierce armor kicks in at the start of imp. Okay, so some small differences there. And then missing plate mail armor makes it so that your infantry isn't going to be as strong in the late game, especially against range units. Next up, their water is pretty decent. No fast fire ships. If you get galleon and break ships, it's not bad, but no shipwright, so long term it's not going to be the best. Going to the university, they get siege.
Keeper villagers are great.
No keep and no arrow set, so bomber tower is really, or tower, sorry, is not going to be the best option late game for the Civ. You do get 45 walls though. And finally, we've got the Elephant Archer, and this unit is very expensive. It's got 1,000. Sorry, it's got, excuse me, 100 food and 70 gold to make one, and 1,000 food and 800 gold to upgrade it. It's basically a really tanky archer unit that moves very slow. It's exactly what it sounds like. Its weakness is really the fact that it's very expensive, and it dies to like monks or like halberdiers and mass.
Oh man, I got kind of lucky. I didn't shift my bills
in, let's say, Black
to
Forest, and this unit can be
from
very
the
situations.
sheep to the
But
boar.
generally not
I was lucky that they went to the boar.
Tanky, slow-moving archer with decent DPS, but it is very expensive and hard to make use of a lot of the time. Monastery now, they've got very decent monks in the Castle Age, and they also get block printing for the late game, so I would say their monks are a pretty good option. Most notably, they're missing atonement, so in monk war, don't go for the monks. And then finally, for their eco upgrades, they get pretty much all the useful ones. Missing computation is not the biggest deal, but the rest is all there, so no complaints. Alright, fantastic. So we've got a really good overview of what the Indians are good at in theory. If I can just quickly recap in the last couple minutes of the queue, what the Indians are really, you know, what's the game plan for Indians in most games? I would say for Arabia, they're very flexible in early game. So they get Scout Rush is really good, they have good economy, and they get Archer Rush is also really good. Men at Arms Rush is all fine. Their biggest weakness, I would say, is the fact that they're missing Knights and Cavalier. So I would say to go around that, you probably want to play some sort of range units in Castle Age, like crossbow, or if you're against a cav civ, try to get it so you're playing either camels or cav archers, depending on the situation. And then, you know, towards the late game as you transition, I think the best units to play is probably going to be like cav archer Hussar or Imperial Camel Skirm as your two best compositions, to be honest. But then you also have a couple other options in case you need them, like the hand cannon, the champion, the halberdier can come up as well. And those are niche situations. So that would be like the overall view of how to play Indians. And as far as like countering Eagle Warriors, and something I want to touch on a bit more, the fact that you don't get Knights makes it that you have to go longsword or cav archers and kind of try to counter them that way. I don't recommend going light cap or camel against Eagle Warrior. It's not good long term or short term. So I would say probably choose between cav archers or longswords to counter eagles if you face them with Indians. And then the last thing I want to touch on is that eco bonus that makes their villagers cheaper. The best use of this is to get you an early game lead and save you resources, and especially in the mid game, it's very smooth to boom a 3-town center. But I would say like a use that doesn't get talked about enough is actually rebooming an imp. No complaints. All right, fantastic. So we've got a really good overview of what the Indians are good at in theory. If I can just quickly recap in the last couple of minutes of the video, what the Indians are really, is that camel units get +4 attack versus buildings. This is the team bonus, so this applies to camel archers if you have a Berber teammate, for example. Alright, so moving on to their tech tree, now that we've got a feel for their bonuses, they seem like they have a good economy and they have pretty good stable units in theory, so let's go ahead and take a look at what they have to offer now. Their archery range seems decent, only missing Arbalest, which looks promising. Thumbring in Castlades, the crossbowmen are fully upgraded in Castlades.
What? The Byzantine player hasn't taken either of his fours yet.
And Thumbring is there, so definitely a solid option towards that mid to late game. And Hand Cannoneer is there as well, with that unique tech in the late game as well. Their barracks is quite nice as well, getting champion, full upgrades with supplies and arson and squires, as well as halberdiers, so looking very promising so far. Going to their stable now, I can see that they've got Hussar, they've got camels, and they even have the Imperial Camel Rider upgrade. Bloodlands and Husbandry are there, but they're missing one key thing, which is actually the entire Nightline. And this is kind of the biggest weakness for Indians. And Knights, you know, you can...
Red is like somewhere over here-ish.
They are strong,
Yeah, I
you
know.
get extra Pierce Armor and such, but Knights fill a role that sometimes the Camel or the Light Cap fill, and that's a really...
I'm probably gonna do a
in the
crossbow
aspect.
transition in
And without the knight, you know, you might have a little bit of a hole there for the Indians. And this is most notable.
Actually, do you know where their TC is?
Specifically, and why
Who?
Indians are really weak
Reds.
against Mezzoswitch.
Oh, I
You
see.
can say, well, they've got hand cannons, but that's the unit that only comes in an Imperial Age. And hand cannons, you need chemistry, you need a lot of upgrades to get there. Against Castlage Eagles or just fast Imperial Age Eagles, camels or light cap aren't going to cut it. And so you could say the next thing is transition to infantry, or go cav archers, and those are decent, you know, longswords or cav archers, but they're not as good a counter.
Holy
sometimes
shit,
as
this
knights.
stuff has a strong
Especially
early
Catholic.
eco
So I will
bonus.
say that this is a hole in the Indians game, but there are ways to make up for it in the gameplay by playing with ranged units and then switching into a few, camels as well, just to soak up some damage. Or to play a suboptimal strat like cav archers or longswords if you
I
have.
don't really know what.
Okay, so the stable's pretty solid. Next up is
Build one of
the
Red's,
siege force. We've got mediocre siege, the most notable is the bomber cannon, Capron armor come up from time to time. The blacksmith is actually decent, but they're missing plate barding armor. The thing is, this tech is completely made up from the bonus that they get in Imperial Age, +1 pierce armor, and +2 imp, except for the +1 normal armor. Your Imperial Age units from the stable will be missing this. So think of it like they get
I don't know what Red's
plate
doing.
barding armor in Imperial Age, but only the pierce armor part. It's not bad, but it's definitely making their Imperial units.
Oh
not
my
as
god, I
strong
did
as
the,
other
probably the
Imperial
dumbest thing
units
could have
that
done.
means anything for them. Like your Hussar is going to be weaker
I just
than a generic.
Ran my
Bonus
scouts
combined
right
with
into his
missing.
TC, like right in
The
there.
thing is, you don't actually have to research this, so the pierce armor kicks in at the start of the game. Okay,
Holy
so
shit, that was
some small
dumb.
differences there. And then missing plate mail
What's
armor
TC?
makes it so
Yeah.
that your
I literally,
TC is gonna be as strong
I literally
as
just
the game,
lost 2
especially in
scouts that way.
next up, their water is pretty decent. No fast fire ships, but you do get galleon and bracers, so it's not bad. But no shipwright, so long term it's not going to be the best. Going to the university, they get siege engineers and no bomber tower, which is the most important thing to mention. No key.
Are they
no
AFK?
garrison, so bomber tower is really.
I
or
don't
tower, sorry,
know.
is not going to be the best option late.
Just kind of
You get
seem
fortified walls though. And finally, we
weird.
get the elephant archer, and this unit is very expensive. It's got 1,000. Sorry, it's got. Excuse me, 100 food and 70 gold to make one, and 1,000 food and 800 gold to upgrade it. It's basically a really tanky archer unit that moves very slow. It's exactly what it sounds like. Its weakness is really the fact that it's very expensive and it dies to like monks or like halberdiers en masse.
I'm lost. I don't know what this guy's doing.
Situation, and your job is simply to hold down a flank in, let's say, Black Forest. Then
You made a
you can be very
barracks
strong in those
just now.
situations.
Yeah.
But it's generally not
I
the
saw that
best
too.
unit.
Yeah, I was
in
just-
cases, okay, so
Let's focus on there, dude.
slow moving archer with
Not worth their time.
DPS,
On the other
But,
two?
it is very abusive a lot of the times.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Ignore that.
Very decent monks in
We
the
just
back.
focus
They
on
also
the
get block
yellow
in
player.
the late game, so I would say their
Oh,
monks
where
are
is
a pretty
he?
good option.
No idea.
Most notably, they're missing a tournament, so
Hold
monk
on.
board don't go for the monks.
Found him
And then
here.
finally, for the
Got his
technical
base.
upgrades, we get pretty much all the useful ones. Using computation is not the biggest deal, but the rest is all there, so no complaints. Alright, fantastic. So we've got a really good overview of what the Indians are good at in theory. If I can just quickly recap in the last couple of minutes of the queue, what the Indians are really, what's the game plan for Indians in most games? I would say for Arabia, they're very flexible in the early game. So they get Scout Rush is really good because they have good economy, and they get Archer Rush is also really good. Men at Arms Rush is all fine. Their biggest weakness, I would say, is the fact that they're missing Knights. Is that camel units get +4 attack versus buildings. This is the team bonus, so this applies to camel archers if you have a Berber teammate, for example. Alright, so moving on to their tech tree, now that we've got a feel for their bonuses, they seem like they have a good economy and they have pretty good stable units in theory, so let's go ahead and take a look at what they have to offer now. Their archery range seems decent, only missing Arbalest, which looks promising. Thumb Ring in Castlades, so crossbowmen are fully upgraded in Castlades, no problem. Heavy cav archers are getting all the upgrades so far. Practical Tactic and Thumb Ring is there, so definitely a solid option towards that mid to late game. And Hand Cannoneer is there as well, with that unique tech in the late game as well. Their barracks is quite nice as well, getting champion, full upgrades with supplies and arson and squires, as well as halberdiers, so looking very promising so far. Going to their stable now, I can see that they've got Hussar, they've got camels, and they even have the Imperial Camel Rider upgrade. Bloodlines and Husbandry are there, but they're missing one key thing, which is actually the entire Knight line. And this is kind of the biggest
Why didn't kill him?
Indians. And Knights, you can make up for Knights using their camels if they are stronger, they get extra pierce armor and such.
Whoa, Cuban player made
Knights fill
2
a role
TCs
that
already.
Sometimes the camel or the light cap
Yeah, I saw. It seems
fill,
kind
and
of
that's a really good
dangerous.
power spike in the Castle Age. And without the Knight, you might have a little bit of a hole there for the Indians, and this is most notable against Eagle Warriors specifically, and why Indians are really weak against Mesoslip. And you can say, well, they've got hand cannons, but that's a unit that only comes in an Imperial Age. And hand cannons, you need chemistry, you need a lot of upgrades to get there. Against Castle Age Eagles or just fast Imperial Age Eagles, camels or light cap aren't going to cut it. And so you could say the next thing is transition to infantry, or go cav archers, and those are decent, long swords or cav archers, but they're not as good a counter sometimes as knights is, especially in early castle.
I'll do
I
it.
will say that this
Crossbow
is the
transition.
Indians game.
Why?
There's no way to make up for it in the gameplay by playing with range.
Indians don't really get very good knights.
Camels as well, just to soak up some damage, or to play a suboptimal strat like cav archers or long swords if you have to. Okay,
making a
so the
stable.
stable's pretty solid. Next up is the siege workshop. They've got mediocre siege. The most notable is the bombard cannon, Capron Archer come up from time to time. The blacksmith is
He's
actually
making 2
pretty good.
stables.
Who is?
The
Human
thing is,
player.
this tech is completely made up from the bonus.
Let me get my
An Imperial
market up.
Age, +1 pierce armor, and +2 imp, except for the +1 normal armor. Your Imperial Age units from the stable will be missing this. So think of it like they get a free plate body armor and Imperial Age, but only the pierce armor part. It's not bad, but it's definitely making their Imperial units not as strong as other Imperial units against anything, pretty much. Like your Hussar is going to be weaker than a generic Italian Hussar who gets full upgrades. With this bonus combined with the fact that you're missing plate body armor, the thing is you don't actually have to research this, so the pierce armor kicks in at the start of the game. Okay, so some small differences there.
You want help,
And then
or
missing plate mail armor makes it so that your
you send your villager here?
infantry isn't going to be as strong in the late game, especially against
To be
tanks.
clear.
Next up, their water is pretty decent. No fast fire ship, but they do get galleon and bracers, so it's not bad. But
You need to fire in
so
his-
long term, it's not going to be the best. Going to the university, they get siege engineers and no bomber tower, which is the most important thing to mention. No keep and no arrow slip, so bomber tower is really
Sorry.
is not going to be the best option late game for the slip. They do get fortified walls though. And finally, we get to the elephant archer, and this unit is very expensive. It's got 1,000. Sorry, it's
coming.
got
Yeah, I just actually don't even get
100
knights.
food and 70 gold to make one, and 1,000 food
Oh.
and 700 gold to upgrade it. It's basically a really tanky archer unit that moves very slow. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Hello, Mark.
Its weakness
I feel like
is
this one
really
didn't-
the fact that it's very
I don't understand what these guys are doing. They neither have had any games.
It counts. It
But if you can
counts.
play in like a
What
team
counts?
situation and your job is simply to hold down
Oh,
a
oh
flank,
wait, they were
you can
800
play
and
like forest, this
600.
unit can be
Yeah,
really strong in
fuck.
those situations. but it's generally not going to be the best unit in most cases. Okay, so tanky,
Well, I think
slow
maybe
moving
this is a
archers,
sign that
decent DPS.
there's not a lot of people on right now,
But it is
That's
very
fair.
expensive and hard to make use of a lot of the time.
and we might just
Honestly,
get
now they've got very
matched
decent
with
castle
someone
age, and they also get block printing for the
either
late game. So I
a
would say
lot
their
better
monks
than
are
us
already a
or
good
a
option.
lot worse
Most
than
notably,
us.
they're missing atonement, so in monk war, don't go for the monks. And then finally, for their eco upgrades, they get pretty much all the useful ones. Missing computation is not the biggest deal, but the rest is all there, so no complaints. All right, fantastic. So we've got a really good overview of what the Indians are good at in theory. If I can just quickly recap in the last couple minutes of the queue, what the Indians are really, what's the game plan for Indians in most games? I would say for Arabia, they're very flexible in the early game. So they get Scout Rush that's really good because they have a good economy, and they get Archer Rush that's also really good. Men at Arms Rush is all fine. Their biggest weakness, I would say, is the fact that they're missing Knights, missing Cavalier. So I would say to go around that, you probably want to play some sort of range units and Castle Age, like Crossbow. Or if you're against a cav stiff, try to get it so you're playing either camels or cav archers, depending on the situation. And then towards the late game as you transition, I think the best units to play is probably going to be like cav archer Hussar or Imperial Camel Skirm as your two best compositions, to be honest. But then you also have a couple other options in case you need them, like the hand cannon, the champion, the halberdier can come up as well. And those are niche situations. So that would be like the overall view of how to play Indians. And then as far as like countering Eagle Warriors, and something I want to touch on a bit more, the fact that you don't get Knights makes it that you have to go longsword or cav archers and kind of try to counter them that way. I don't recommend going light cav or camel against Eagle Warrior. It's not good long term or short term. So I would say probably choose between cav archers or longswords to counter Eagles if you face them with Indians. And then the last thing I want to touch on is that eco bonus that makes their villagers cheaper. The best use of this is to get you an early game lead and save you resources, and especially in the mid game, it's very smooth to boom a 3 town center. But I would say like a use that doesn't get talked about enough is actually rebooming an imp. In imp, if you're in a Hussar war, you're spamming Hussars, they're spamming Hussars, villas dying on both sides, you can replenish those villagers so easily. So if they trade one Hussar for one villager, which is generally considered a decent trade because then you have to get that villager back into work, you can spam villagers at like 25% discount, so you're saving a good amount of resources there, and you can easily replenish your villagers, whereas your opponent might not have the same success there. So
I'm gonna try
definitely something I want to
survivalists.
mention. Your villagers are going to be like something like 37.5.
That's an archer's build.
Interesting.
Well, I really want is like scouts and crossbows.
Do I should get kicked out of the match? Are you in the loading screen?
Back in loading screen, yeah.
Get some water. Yeah, probably we're gonna get into a match that's really imbalanced. I feel like.
Yeah.
We're either gonna get stomped or we're gonna stomp them.
You really think there's that few people on?
I mean, maybe. My screen still says establishing connection.
Same.
Oh, I got kicked to the lobby browser.
Yeah.
You know, maybe this is the sign.
Yeah, fair. I do really want to try the Scouts and Archers order, though.
You want to do like a 1v1?
For sure, yeah. I'll do anyone.
Maybe there's more people queuing for that.
I'll share my screen.
One sec.
Oh, shit.
निर्माता
नमस्ते
नमस्ते चारा खोजने वाले
Man, every game I play with the Indians, I get my, like, cheap graph with that.
चारा खोजने वाला
Wait, why did I go to the front wood line? Oh well. Late. Alright, should I do scouts to archers or fast scouts? Let's do fast scouts.
Back. How's the build order going?
I'm gonna do fast scouts instead of scouts and archers. Apparently there's some weird custom order for Indians. Oh, oops.
नमस्ते शिकारी आदेश शिकारी
This one, Snow Explorer.
मैं तैयार शिकारी हाँ शिकारी मैं तैयार आदेश शिकारी मैं तैयार आदेश शिकारी शिकारी हाँ नमस्ते शिकारी आदेश शिकारी नमस्ते शिकारी समझ गया करूँगा शिकारी शिकारी
Oh no.
हाँ शिकारी मैं तैयार करूँगा समझ गया शिकारी हाँ
Light fire.
मैं तैयार शिकारी नमस्ते लकड़हारा आदेश
Did I get anything wrong in my order? Hypothetically.
हाँ शिकारी
I don't think so. I'm making it once.
Oh, what's I only have 18? Oh, wrong. I was just
Oh, did you already get loom?
must have lost a bill. I did already get loom.
आदेश नमस्ते शिकारी
Okay. Four sheep bills. Put up the 4 wood bills. Some of them back here.
मैं तैयार लकड़हारा
Sheep bill. Bob the builder.
नमस्ते चारा खोजने वाला हाँ
They're doing pretty well, I'd say. Ah, fuck me. Well, we both lost our scouts, I guess.
आदेश मैं तैयार हाँ
Burgundians are classified as a cavalry civ.
निर्माता निर्माता मैं तैयार हूँ।
Oh. Nirmata.
नमस्ते निर्माता हाँ निर्माता
Adesh. Laterala. Namaste. Adesh. Netayar. Laterala. Oh. San.
नमस्ते मैं तैयार निर्माता निर्माता निर्माता निर्माता लक्कड़ आदेश
Nope.
हाँ निर्माता मैं तैयार हूँ निर्माता नमस्ते निर्माता आदि निर्माता निर्माता मैं तैयार निर्माता
What do you think so far?
Netayar.
Game's pretty smooth.
Nirmata.
He seems to have reacted pretty well. Should I go into go scouts into skirms?
हाँ
Same with archers.
निर्माता
He has people on gold already, but that's probably not predictive enough. He has 4 people on gold. Yeah, probably going into archers.
नमस्ते
H.
निर्माता
Oh, yeah, and he has the archery range. Yeah, skirm sounds good. Oh. We should probably make the archery range right now then.
Nirmata.
मैं तैयार हूँ
And get that blacksmith.
Namaste. Laterala.
हाँ
Just make it part of your wall on the right.
लक्कड़ हारा
Oh, too late.
I mean, he hasn't started building it. Oh well.
Adesh. Nirmata. Nirmata. Oh. Nirmata.
Yep.
Namaste. Laterala.
आदेश मैं तैयार हूँ लक्कड़ हारा आदेश
Why is a Burgundian player going? Sure. Alright, well I got rid of some of those archers, which I think is
Netayar.
good.
Nirmata.
हाँ लक्कड़ हारा
Maybe since he thinks, oh, it's Indians, I don't want to go. I shouldn't go into Cav. I don't know.
Adesh.
It's not a terrible stance.
Netayar. Nirmata. Nirmata. Nirmata.
I mean, technically, he does get crossbow. Not the worst.
Crossbow? What do you mean by that?
He gets crossbow in Castle Age. He
Does
doesn't get
everyone get crossbow in Castle Age?
Namaste.
I think there's a couple sets that don't even get that.
Netayar.
But yeah, I think most of us do.
Namaste.
नमस्ते निर्माता
Like he could, I'm saying like he could go stay with archers all the way into the castle age if he wanted to, I guess.
मैं तैयार आदेश लकड़हारा
How many archer ranges did he have? He had,
I only saw one, but now we can have another.
he's probably, if he only is doing one, he could probably get up pretty fast.
Namaste.
Yeah, just leave 2 on each wood line. On defensive stance or something.
आदेश कनिक कनिक मैं तैयार हूँ कनिक
Alright,
आदेश
now we do the unexpected and do a crossbow switch.
निर्माता
Okay, maybe it's not that unexpected, but you know what I mean.
Do Indians get?
We do a crossbow.
I mean, are?
Whoa!
Yeah, since you only did 1 archery range, you can get up a lot faster.
Am I gonna be at a big disadvantage right now, or do you think it's gonna be okay?
You can't let him mass up archers. So honestly, maybe
Yeah,
march
fair.
over to the base with some scouts.
The scout's gonna die real fast.
I mean, skirms by themselves are gonna die even faster. And
Alright, we have too many forward things. We need towers.
कनिक
नमस्ते लकड़हारा
Oops.
नमस्ते निर्माता निर्माता
switch.
Oh, no.
निर्माता मैं तैयार हूँ निर्माता
We need more people.
नमस्ते
Nah.
आदेश हाँ निर्माता आदेश निर्माता
Built the middle house.
आदेश लकड़हारा तैयार हूँ
What
निर्माता
the actual fuck is that? What? Why'd you come there?
Nice. Maybe
What?
she was.
Oh no no no no no no no! You gotta go camel.
Oh wow, that's Cavalier too, isn't it? Jeez, this guy's good. That is good.
नमस्ते हाँ निर्माता पूजने वाले किसान
निर्माता समझ गई
आदेश
निर्माता
मैं
We need to send someone to patch up that hole in the, so he doesn't keep streaming stuff in.
आदेश निर्माता
Oh my god, there's holes everywhere.
Where is the other one?
His Cavaliers, see where that crossbow's walking through?
Okay, that hole just pisses me off, honestly.
That's why I don't make buildings on hills, because like that always happens. Like it seems nice to make a house on the hill, but you end up with stuff like that.
निर्माता निर्माता निर्माता
मैं तैयार हूँ Sainik.
निर्माता समझ गई हाँ लकड़ आ रहा
आपकी सेवा में श्रीमान
आदेश सैनिक करूंगा हाँ हाँ लकड़हारा
आदेश
आदेश लकड़ आ रहा
हाँ मैं चल रहा हूँ
नमस्ते निर्माता
आदेश मैं श्रीमान
नमस्ते मैं तैयार हूँ नमस्ते लकड़हारा
हाँ मैं तैयार हूँ
आपकी सेवा में श्रीमान हाँ मैं चल रहा हूँ आपकी सेवा में
हाँ मिस्त्री
Maybe a monastery.
आगे बढ़ो
आदेश हाँ मिस्त्री
आदेश
First.
निर्माता निर्माता
मैं तैयार नमस्ते तुरा घर आ रहा
हाँ आदेश मैं चल रहा हूँ आपकी सेवा में हाँ समझ श्रीमान
मैं तैयार निर्माता
I'm so fucked right now.
Yeah.
आदेश लकड़ आ रहा
It's honestly maybe GG. To be honest.
हाँ निर्माता निर्माता
आदेश हाँ आपकी सेवा में
मैं तैयार हूँ नमस्ते निर्माता
Nah, that's okay. He's being really dumb.
आपकी सेवा में चल रहा हूँ हाँ आदेश मैं चल रहा हूँ आपकी सेवा में चल रहा हूँ
आदेश हाँ निर्माता निर्माता मैं तैयार हूँ आदेश हमें नमस्ते हाँ निर्माता
आपकी सेवा में चल रहा हूँ श्रीमान
आदेश निर्माता
आदेश
Okay, the real problem is I don't actually have this tech, yeah. I think it's pretty critical.
नमस्ते निर्माता
Yeah, I think long run, this guy is probably not... The Civ matchup probably is a bit more biased towards me, honestly. I think if I can last long enough, it might just end up working out, but...
Yeah. But I feel like his eco's so far ahead.
but yeah, exactly.
मैं तैयार लकड़हारा
आपकी सेवा में श्रीमान
आदेश
हाँ निर्माता निर्माता
निर्माता निर्माता लकड़ आ रहा
I think if I get up really fast and get Imperial Camel, I might have a better shot.
नमस्ते मैं तैयार हूँ निर्माता
Namaste. Latura.
आदेश निर्माता हाँ खनिक
मैं तैयार हूँ निर्माता
मैं तैयार हूँ आदेश नमस्ते निर्माता
नमस्ते हाँ नमस्ते निर्माता हाँ
Okay.
समझ चल रहा हूँ आपकी समझ चल रहा हूँ
आदेश निर्माता
Cool.
मैं तैयार हूँ हाँ समझ गई
Ah, no.
Wow. That didn't even look like a hit.
खनिक नमस्ते तुरंत निर्माता
नमस्ते
मैं तैयार करूँ समझ गया
हाँ निर्माता
Ah, fuck you. Okay, fuck this hill. I got a shitty ass map, I'm just gonna say.
Are there any other woodlines you could have taken? I mean, aren't you on top of the hill?
No, because he gets over there very easily.
Okay. GG. Probably.
I tried to fight it.
Damn, Burgundian's OP. OP.
Ah.